Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of Coventry City Solid Gold. My name is Korky. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we do go on, I'm just going to apologise for the absolute mess you can see behind me here. Girlfriend and I have just bought a new home. We're in the packing stage. You don't care about that. You want to see some football manager. So let's get into it. So we're in the month of January. We've played 5 games already, including an FA Cup third round tie. We're going to show you the goals in just a second. In the first game of the month, we've suffered a 1-0 defeat to the hands of Middlesbrough, continuing our average run of form recently. As you can see, we started off pretty well, a lot of good wins, especially in pre-season. We suffered a few draws. We went a little bit undefeated here in a run of games. We have had a few defeats in between. We played against Middlesbrough. I'm not going to show you that. That's 1 goal. It's in the 75th minute. We lost. We don't care. We then played against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup third round. We took that to a replay. We'll show you the goals here very quickly. As you can see there, Crystal Palace scored very early on. We scored very late on. We kind of maybe got a little bit lucky. Although the XG is in our favour, they had more shots, but they had less on target. As you can see here, in the 3rd minute, long ball forward from Milivojevic into Eze. Beats the keeper at the near post, just sits him down. Really shouldn't be letting that happen, but it did. As we can see here, Walker steals the ball off a defender who's messing around in stoppage time, squares the ball to Godden, makes it 1-1. We get a replay, so delighted with that. We then followed that up with a league game, this time against Stoke. As you can see, we lost that 1-0, 86 minutes. We really struggle come the end of the matches, so we do. As you can see there as well, Dabo getting sent off in the 90th minute as well. We then went to Crystal Palace. This time we were at home for the FA Cup third round replay. As you can see there, we've come away with a 2-1 victory in extra time. We were 1-0 down going in at the first half. We absolutely battered Crystal Palace here. As you can see, shots on target XG much better than Crystal Palace. For the opening goal, as you'll see here, Eze gets down the left hand side, plays it across. Bit of a disaster. Panzo plays the ball back into Edward, who hits the post in the first attempt. There is an attempt to block to stop him, but he follows up with a rebound. Janine Bennett squaring the ball across to O'Hare, puts it in, first time to take us into extra time. As you can see here, Godden breaks down the right hand side, cuts the ball back, squares across to Ben Sheaf, puts it in at the near post in the 99th minute. Takes us into the 4th round. It was the board's minimum expectation to reach the 4th round of the FA Cup, so we've quite pleased to be able to accomplish that. We then follow that up with an away trip to Reading. Again, as you'll see from the stats here, we were the better team, not by much, but we were the better team. We've come away with a 2-2 draw. Maybe a little bit disappointed in that. As you can see here, Panzo wins the ball, plays into Walker, into O'Hare, plays the 1-2, gets in one-on-one with the keeper, slots it underneath to give us a lead in the 29th minute. As we can see here, Reading then pull the ball back, nice ball forward into Shane Long, goes around the keeper, the keeper dives far too early. The game freezes and we hear nothing, but the game's picked up again. You can see O'Hare turns it out on the right hand wing, big cross forward, Abbey misses his header completely, and Walker with the first time volley from about 4 yards puts it in past the net. Long ball forward here to Shane Long. It's in one-on-one with the keeper, dinks it over him, sits him down early, and what can I say, Shane Long's on fire. So we've come away from that with a 2-2 draw. We rescued a point. Reading, who I can't remember where they were in the league at the time. It has been a couple of weeks since I've been able to pick up the game, just with the impending house move and everything that's going on. So we're playing our next game against Blackburn. We are at home. Blackburn are 13th in the championship. We have our team set out. We've got Dabo at right back, Rose and our new signing Van Heck in on loan from Brighton at centre back, Panzo at left back, Hamer and Allen at centre midfield, Waghorn, and we're going to put Hickerish in on the left wing, and we have Walker and Godden up front. Pardon me, excuse me. So we have Wilson or Murr. We will stick with Wilson in goal. We'll submit this team. We'll give them a team talk to encourage them a little bit, maybe fire them up. This is, Blackburn are 13th in the league. This is a game we really should be winning. Pump fist. A win puts us into the promotion spots, which is a little bit disappointing. As you can see there, we've dropped down to 3rd in the league now. after that run of mixed results. Lovely header forward there from Waghorn. Plays into Walker. Lovely ball forward into Godden. Takes it first time. And it's 1-0. Get in, Matt Godden. Less than 2 minutes into the game. I hope that's not a case of scoring too early. See, ball in. It's a lovely little cushion header from Waghorn. Plays into Walker. Shifts it on to his left. Plays a lovely ball through to Godden. And that's us. We're in the lead. We're not getting too excited yet. It's only 2 minutes into the game. We'll not get carried away just yet. One shot on target. One shot, one on target, one goal. It's a pleasing start. Wilson's up. Doesn't get a hands on it. He punches it away. The ball breaks to Walker. Makes a nice little run there, but a nice defensive recovery tackle from Etkin there. We won the ball back again. Hickerish. The Panzo plays a lovely ball over to Walker. It's a chance on goal. It was a fine save from the keeper. Fair play to the keeper for that. Have to give him credit. Waghorn with a corner. Where's it on the Rose? The ball's cleared. Godden picks up a loose ball. And the highlight comes to nothing. It's what Football Manager 22 does best. It's a good block from Panzo. Rose is up to win the header. Can we get the ball back here? Can we? We're pushing him wide. A lovely ball forward there. And it's Schmodix, I think is the pronunciation. I'm not I butchered that pronunciation completely. But it's a nice ball here from Eden. It's a lovely run. He gets one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Wilson goes to his left really, and the ball goes to his right. That's disappointing. But we've kind of been expecting something to happen. Scoring after 2 minutes wasn't going to guarantee us any kind of easy ride. A couple of players playing just okay here. Van Hex playing off a 6.5. A little bit disappointing. We need to fire him up a little bit. Lovely ball. And it's a nice ball out the right hand side. Hamer plays it across. It's to nobody. It's intercepted. Allen wins the ball back here in midfield. Comes back out the right to Waghorn. Back to Hamer. Can we get the ball back across the 6-yard line? Goes wide to Hickerish. Can he recover? It's a turn. Goes back to Allen. Back to Panzo. It's back to Waghorn. And Walker's there again. I feel like that might be an offside. Won't count. It's disappointing. Yeah. Can't question that. It's a good line. It's a good line by Blackburn. Fair play to them. We were found a little bit wanting there, so we were. Let's get a look at our match analysis. See how we're going. Pretty even in the XG. It's exactly even in the XG. 0.43 each. Blackburn are creating a little bit more. As we can see here, we're not creating an awful lot at the minute. Nice ball forward to Hamer, and it's one of the freakiest goals I've seen all season, all year in Football Manager 22. It's a nice free kick forward from Hamer. It actually evades the goalkeeper completely, as well as the defence and the attack. Comes round, hits the post. Defender tries to clear it, deflects off Godden and goes into the net. We don't care, they all count. 2-1, we'll take that certainly. That's especially at this time of the game as well. It's a nice ball forward. Walker moves wide right. Can he get a ball back in the box? He does. Godden's in. It's a nice tackle from Hyam, but it doesn't matter because the ball falls to Waghorn. 3-1 at half time. Let's take it, boys. Let's take it. Let's see that again. Walker. It was a nice run out the wide right. Waghorn moves into that space. It's a very good. I think actually it might have been Godden that actually got the touch on it. It looked like it was Hyam from the tackle. Waghorn's there to make it 3-1. We don't care how it goes in, so long as they go on. That's what we want to see. Well done, controlling possession so far. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll start the second half. Nothing's changed at half time where we're keeping going as we are. Van Heck still not playing great. Gresh plays it into Allen. Can he get a ball across? Goes into Hamer. Touches back to Panzo. Waghorn, Dabo playing the ball around just a little bit. Rose brings it wide. Waghorn, a lovely ball forward into Walker, and that was very unlucky. That was a nice pass forward. We seem to be doing well putting them back. I mean, Michael Rose is just no rush at all there to pick that up. It's a nice ball forward. Defender misses his header. Walker's in, and it's 4-1. Get on! Get on! We're going back into the top two, are we? It's a nice time. That's two great times to score just before the half time. just after the half-time. Defender absolutely misses his header there. Who's it? Mapu. And Walker gets the turn, gets one-on-one with the goalkeeper, puts it in at the near post. Absolutely flooded that. And as you can see, RXG has skyrocketed. So it has. So that is also very pleasing. Van Heck still not playing great, but we want to keep him on. We want to keep giving him some confidence. So we do. Panzo is on a booking. Godden with a lovely ball forward. Back to Walker and it's at the post. It's offside anyway. Oh, I thought he was going to get his hat-trick there. We're actually still in third. We haven't moved into the top two. But that's okay. Do we want to bring Panzo off? Because he's carrying a yellow card. Lovely bit of play by Hickerish. Skip away from his man. Goes back to Van Heck. In the midfield. Davo's moving forward now. He's going to feed the ball and Waghorn goes back to Hamer. Panzo, can we get a crossover into Hickerish? Squares it to Walker and it's over the bar. It's a little bit unlucky there. Cut out by Davo. Ball forward from Walker. Godden's in. Gets the ball. He really shouldn't have. There was two defenders there. Godden had no right to win that. Lovely bit of 1-2s between him and Waghorn here on the right hand side. Ball's cleared out to Van Heck. Recovers the ball. Comes left to Hickerish. Lovely ball forward to Walker on the volley. Puts it wide. That's unlucky. Hamer is struggling for fitness. I want to maybe look at bringing in Ben Sheaf. We also want to bring in Braff from bench. Just brought him in on loan from Dortmund. It's a nice ball forward. That's an equaliser. It's not an equaliser. It's 4-2. But they've pulled one back. They've done well there. Nice ball forward to Dak. Gets a crossover. And a name that I cannot pronounce. I'm not even going to try. Let's do that. How do you pronounce it? Theo Dorchik. Michael Roos is up the back post. Instant reply. You love to see it. Get in, lads. That's what we want. I want to bring in Nana in midfield as well. Also a recent signing. So we'll bring him in for Allen. We also want to bring in O'Hare. Or we want to bring in Braff. Hickerish is playing okay. Can we bring in both? We cannot. It's only 3. I can't remember the substitution rules. We'll bring in Braff on the left wing. 20 minutes left to go. 2 new signings. We'll bring them in. We'll give them some game time. The 2 of them are only signed on loan, but that's okay. Creating a little bit of a gap here between ourselves and Watford as well. We have a 2-point gap here if we take this one. I'm not sure how they're doing at the minute. It's a lovely free kick. It was very unlucky actually. He's hit the side of the post. It's gone out. Lovely ball forward from Panzo. Godden's going to get there. He's not. Mapu's got it. Waghorn wins the header. Ben Sheaf. Lovely ball forward and they Walker and he's straight at the keeper. Goes back to Nana. Braff, what's he got? Nana, back to Van Heck. The 3 new signings linking up well there. Rose and the Dabo goes wide to Waghorn. Plays and Walker. Lovely run from Waghorn. Puts it wide. The amount of chances we've had. We should be like 8-2 up by now. But we're in the stoppage time. We're going to take it. 5-2. There it is. That's the victory. That's what you love to see. Outstretched arms. Very happy with the result. And the way you played. The way they played is what really the most pleasing part of that. Have a little look at Watford did win. That's okay. We haven't increased that gap any. We are only 2 points ahead of Watford. And as you can see, they're all the way down to kind of Sunderland in 11th on 44 points. There's not a lot in it. Two slips could prove very costly, it would seem. Deadline day is approaching. We're going to take a little skip. We've made a couple of signings already. We are about to lose Carvalho back to Liverpool. He's done okay for us, but he's costing us far too much money. We can't afford to keep him. So as you can see there, Carvalho loan ends. We're going to play out the transfer deadline day. We're going to come back with any new business we do, and we will be right back. And so there we have it. The transfer window has closed. As you can see here, Burnley were the biggest spenders in the league, spending 3.5 million. I mean, 75 deals were done at a total of 8.5 million altogether. There's really not a lot of money spent in the Championship like there is in the Premier League. We've brought in the most players. We've brought in 4. We did one last deadline day deal, and we brought in Maxim Patscoatsy on loan from Tottenham. He is the centre back primarily. We can play it right back as well. As a Spurs fan, I've seen him play a little bit in pre-season and the old under 23s games. So he is good. He's a good player, but we're hoping that he can maybe do well for us, you know, and certainly come in when needed. We are due to lose Fabio Carvalho. His loan does end today. The transfer window is closed. He's still here. I don't know why he's still here. Expires on the 31st of the 1st, 2022. There it is there. I mean, we're paying over 11 grand in wages and 4 grand a week for playing, 4 grand a week for non-playing. So it's a lot of money that we really need to get off the books. We tried to sell a couple of players, didn't quite come through. We're still waiting for Hilsner to leave. We tried to sell Casey Palmer, didn't happen. We'll remove him from the list. Tried to sell Liam Kelly, didn't happen. We tried to sell McFadzine, it didn't happen. We've removed him down to the under 23s. We've been very clear in our position that we don't want him at the club. But a lot of the transfers we tried to do just didn't work. We did get a few players out on loan as well. As you can see here, Tom Bilson, he extended his loan. He was already on loan with Aston Villa. We sent Hody out on loan to Burton. We sent Babaga out on loan to Tranmere. And a little earlier, we sold Josh Reed on loan to Bradford. And that is it for deadline day. So as things stand in the Championship, we are currently third. We're 2 points ahead of Watford, only 1 point behind Millwall. We're quite a bit away from Norwich, so we are, but we're comfortably in the promotion playoff positions. As you can see there, Higueras is top goal scorer in the league at the moment. By quite a way, he's up there by 5 goals in the lead. So that is it for January. We've had a pretty average month again. It seems to happen in the last couple of months. Going into February, we will look to push on. We do have the first game of the month is against Newcastle in the FA Cup. So we're going to show you the highlights of that game first, and then we'll bring you the goals from the other games as well. That is it for the end of this episode. I do hope you've been enjoying the series so far. As mentioned previously, this is just a little bit of a taster, a little bit of a filler. When we start into Football Manager 23, we will be taking Coventry City as our first game. We look to get them promoted to the Premier League. Maybe do 3 seasons of that. Try and get them promoted, and maybe even challenge for. Maybe the Premier League is an optimistic challenge, an optimistic goal, but we'll give it a go. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Thank you and take care. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Coventry City Solid Goal. You can check out one of these recommended videos to the left. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and you will be kept up to date with all the latest videos as and when they happen. That's us for now. In the meantime, we will see you in the next episode. Until then, thank you and take care.